write some things down every morning. And it seems crazy as you when you're trying to. You got to get your hair. You got to get your phone. You got to get your phone better. You got to get your all these things different. And it actually helps you out when you take it. That, oh, I'm getting good at this. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. And you can start getting your stuff together. That's what I'm working with right now. And you think something is as simple as this helps you. This really helps you. So this is what I'm gonna be working with every morning. Sean Brown. That me able to say that was hard to do. That was so hard for me to do. And I'm gonna work at that. Get my phone together. Where I live, my pastor, what's the word? There's a few things I got to get taken care of. I got to do better, because I can I can speak very well, but sometimes I'll remember that I'm saying something wrong. Like I'm like, oh, I'm saying something wrong, so I got to work with that. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is this is not something that is like, oh, it happens every once in a while. Truckers do this all the time. This hurts us. This kills us so easily. You know, all them conversations we have by the people on the truck, and they said someone killed her, and they came and they had to come and take them out and all that stuff. That's what they're dying from. And I want the people who pay attention that this helps the people, bro. This helps people. And I'm always gonna back y'all up, man. I'm always gonna do better. And I can't talk good yet, even though I look better than I did looking before. I was talking better than it, but I'm looking better now. It's sad that I'm helping people. It's happening that I got to do this to people, but at the same time, it's helping people. No more drugs. I said drugs. No more bad food. I gotta stop saying that. Y'all should know y'all ain't on drugs no more. It's the food, bro. It's the food. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. That's what I'm gonna do every day. The lady's gonna cook for me, and I know people who's paying attention from watching. You can tell he's sounding better. He's sounding better. It takes time. I'm also only 60 more. I'm down 30, 50. How many pounds? 10 pounds. 3 pounds. I'm down to 53, 56. Yep, 56. So that's going down. If you remember, if I went down 3 days, if I went down, I was 300 pounds, and I'm still gonna keep going. I'm still gonna keep going. I'm gonna take my time, and I'm gonna talk about doing better with this, my brain, how much I'm eating. Remember, I'm not. That's gonna be gone, bro. I don't know why I can't say that word for some reason. You know, I still got these laying around, bro. You feel me? This will kill me. But I'm messing with this, my brain, and I'm just. So tell me. I wish I would tell y'all a little bit better, but tell me a little bit better.
So basically, we went to see interventional neurologist. She is amazing. She's been with us from the first TIA, which was the transit ischemic stroke, to now the actual complete stroke. And she has cultivated a plan that, in my opinion, since her being put on our case, being put on Sean's as one of her patients, she has put us on a medication plan, and the medication that she had put us on really has helped Sean really well. Oh, is she turning? What is she doing? Come on, man, you gotta relax. Okay, sorry y'all, but so we went for a follow-up basically from Sean's hospital visit, and he's done blood work at the hematology department. He has the loop recorder in, which is basically for his heart to make sure he doesn't have any arterial flutters. So he's doing all that, and he has shown really good promise. As far as what she had recommended, if he needs to have major surgery, it's really hard to tell right now because his body is doing well at healing. So the first thing was having a recommendation of him going to do a CT to see if his blocked artery, the carotid internal artery, is going to open up ever so slightly, so they can just go in and just do a removal of the blockage and not have it where he has to get like a major graft surgery or bypass surgery. So to me, that is great news. As far as his medication, because his blood pressure has been doing so well and he doesn't have any more stroke symptoms, or he hasn't had any recurrence with that, and the loop recorder show everything is good as far as his heart, we can start dialing back on his medication. So she said we're going to try the first week dialing back and then start working him off of these medications. So I think today was a very, very good day. But like I said, we've been cooking very well. He does not smoke he just cold turkey off of that.
Nothing.
We go and do small exercise. We do our stretches. We are way more
and I move around.
Way more movement and stuff, and also having fun. He has picked up the camera again, so we're back into getting film and getting camera work done. Even me, I've been participating in putting together the food videos because I know he likes for me to do that. So it's an all-encompassing thing. This thing is something where it's not just 1, 2, or 3 things you have to do. This is a full body total makeover. And I'm so proud of him because Sean is stubborn. And so for him,
sometimes,
I mean, he's just stubborn. And this lady, she sees the stubbornness, but she also is kind of like me and saying, okay, what can we do to make sure that it works for you, and that whatever plan is going to happen, you feel good about it. And I'm glad that, you know, she basically relieve some of our fears. The fear that I had was taking you to a different state if you were to have a stroke again, God forbid, and having them really do a complicated surgery, which takes, I think the surgery takes about 9 hours. So that's something ultimately I just wanted to kind of take off the table, and today she kind of took that off the table. So yeah,
I mean, we definitely talked about being truckers, the way we eat and how we sit and don't move, and that means, I forget the name of one.
So
one's not.
The one where truckers, like, say, you know how truckers be having really big legs, like it's like filled with liquid and it's red and it's rashy or something. That is called DVTs, which are deep vein thrombosis. So basically there are blockage in the veins, and that's because sedentary lifestyle of just sitting all the time. You know, we are preconditioned and acclimated to sitting for long periods of time. Our body is actually wanting us to do that. It's really crazy how the mind says, hey, we feel out of place if we're walking for 20 minutes as a driver. We need to be driving. Another thing that she was talking about was that that's different from a stroke, because a stroke hits the arteries. And the arteries are bigger. This is where blood is getting transported all over the body. And because he has a blocked artery in a major artery, your carotid artery is where they take pulse for CPR. You know what I mean? This is a major artery, and it's in the jugular, basically. They don't want to touch it. And I'm so glad that, you know, because usually with black people, you know, it's always the extreme, you know, but with her, I love that it's very therapeutic. I love that she's really saying, listen, diet, exercise, do something fun, you know what I mean? Look at the bright side and not put him on such an aggressive plan. So it just brings my heart joy because, you know, I'm advocating for him.
Yeah, because now I gotta go through all, I forget the name of it, but I gotta go through all the shit, do better.
Oh, so we gotta do the speech. So we're gonna do speech and OT. I mean, he's walking around fine, y'all. He doesn't use a walker or any type of walking assistant tool. But get him on OT because the right side did inflict his mobility.
I gotta talk to the person.
But I think you've been doing good. I mean, honestly, you've been doing really good just doing what you do. You like to research on photography. You like to do your thing. And I think they're going to be so impressed when you start going to the speech to really round everything together or really bring you back to 100%. So yeah, but as far as that, I feel like today was it was an amazing day today. Like I could cry, I'm not gonna cry because I did that enough.
Now this one like I said, I haven't been posting anything because over the month. So I got one thing, I got this one on the 3rd. I got one more video of if something's going what I need to do, and I'll drop before I go for the whole month. But I will drop it for our shit so to see it first.
Patreon, yeah.
But yeah, man, I just gotta work, man, and number one, no drugging. I keep calling it drugging, but drucking.
No smoking.
Smoking.
Course.
That's the one I be trying to have a problem saying.
No driving.
Yeah, I ain't driving.
Vehicle. Yeah, so none of that.
I can't drive, and if they go through the thing, I'm probably gonna be 30 a year.
Yeah,
I go through a year. You can go, baby. You can go around, nigga.
I'm gonna wait for the school bus.
We can go. She said I can drive though. You understand that? He said I don't gotta stop. I don't gotta stay. I gotta drive no more. You feel me? So
I can't tell. Maybe we need to record.
He said I ain't gotta change none of that. I can drive my car. So I'm like, oh.
Yeah, we'll see.
The biddies is on me. You feel me? So I'm back in the streets and all that. So that's different. But no, I like you driving me. I'm like being drove around.
Whoa!
That's different for me. So I'm not worrying about that. You can take care of me and drive me until you got to get some next year.
I've been doing it.
No.
I've been doing it.
I like having a yearner to watch me. What do they call it? What's they called?
What?
A person. The old people, they got a person. They come over and take care of them.
What, like a nurse aide?
Oh yeah. I need that. No. So I need a whole thing. Ride my cheeks, get everything I'm right, make sure I'm looking good and all that.
I be on your cheeks.
Absolutely.
No. My thing about you, you already spoiled. You don't need.
I need all that.
No.
All
my
that.
thing is, who gonna take care of me though?
No, you good. You winning.
No.
So I do everything right, eat everything I'm supposed to, stroke the right thing I'm supposed to be drinking.
That remind me, do y'all like the food we've been putting together? I know people like, girl, if you don't put no more seasoning on that, I can't, man.
The sad thing is, this is about for what you're supposed to be looking at. Yeah. So when y'all go through it and be like, I don't want to, you gotta eat it though. That's the sad thing. You got to, bro. I don't know how to say the name of when you sitting around as a driver and you don't move and you don't see.
Sanitary.
Exactly. You gotta eat this stuff, bro.
Yeah, you gotta cut back on the hot dogs and the beef jerky, y'all.
So when I switched, I gotta go through a couple things to see if I can talk and all that stuff right before I can do my thigh leaves again, but whatever I can get for y'all that's gonna help y'all, this thing kills us all the time, bro.
Yeah.
All the time. It's not hard, bro. It's not hard. They'll kill you so quickly.
Yeah.
So I hope that's about it. But understand, like he said, I'm gonna get my stuff back together. So I'm gonna get it together, do what I'm supposed to do, and go from there, man. I'm gonna get on out and don't do drugs. Be happy.
See y'all. All right, y'all. So back with another cooking for Sean, my husband, who had a stroke. And we're going to be trying Mediterranean style dishes. I actually went to Barnes & Noble's and I got this guy. Taste of Home Mediterranean Made Easy. And although I cook basically at home, you know, like I pretty much make everything at home, or I used to be a chef by trade, I will use this book to be inspired, right? There's a lot of things that I know, but there's a lot of things I don't know. And so I'm really interested to see what type of dishes that we can create to keep in the family from that are outside of my scope, right? So I'll be learning and trying new flavor profiles and showing you guys what we come up with. But the key here is to make sure everything is identifiable and also is just whole food, meaning if it is something that's in a container, there's really not too many ingredients added, and of course you can see the individual ingredients by itself. So I'm going for a shrimp scampi. I was feeling shrimp scampi-ish, but I'm not going to be using Old Bay. I know it's sacrilegious, but I just wanted to hold off on the Old Bay and kind of make my own spice that can be Old Bay inspired, right? Because I'm trying to make sure I'm controlling salt, so making sure things that have like sodium in it, and also making sure I'm using more spice than seasonings. And also, I was going to do like a veggie pasta, probably on the side of it. And I picked up this guy, Hearts of Palm Linguine Pasta. This is like a vegan's favorite. And basically, it's just sliced hearts of palm, water, and sea salt. The sodium is 3%. It's only 60 milligrams. 1 gram of sugar. Could have did better on the protein, but it's all good. But 20 calories, so we can do it. I have my shrimp. Basically, I clean my shrimp. I hope you guys, clean your shrimp and stuff. I'm gonna rinse this out. I just let it marinate in the lemon. Then I'm gonna finish cleaning it. But as you can clearly see, these were deveined. I cleaned the backside, the underbelly, the back, basically, and beheaded them as well. All right. So for the scampi, I'm gonna push this over to the side because that'll be for the veggie pasta portion. So Babe does not do wine, which is fine. So I'm going to do a little bit of chicken stock. I had some veggie ones, but I have no idea where it's at. But we're going to do a little bit of parm. We're going to do some fresh garlic, some fresh parsley, some fresh spring onion, lemon, and of course, butter. I'm also going to add in some extra virgin olive oil. And I think I'm going to add just a little bit of red wine vinegar, just a splash. I mean, I already have the lemon, but I just want to make sure that this dish is well-rounded. So let me go ahead and get the pan going. So of course I have that stainless steel pan. Like I said, guys, trying to make sure that we don't, matter of fact, I'm going to switch it over there. I want to make sure that, everything is pretty much non-toxic. I'm going to keep it between that medium-low heat and let it do its thing. I'm going to add a nice healthy portion of butter. This is pure Irish butter made from milk from grass-fed cows. This reminds me of that, I forget what butter that is, I think Kerrygold. If you guys, do like the Kerrygold one, but this one is from Ireland, so it has the imported from Ireland, right? So how much can you trust it? I'm hoping it's true, but basically it's just milk and salt. That's it. So, like I said, if you get anything that's in a package, make sure that you can read the package. All right, and in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and at least start dicing my herbs. Oh, I don't know if you guys remember last time, my cutting board has warped a little bit. So what that means is I have to put a towelette underneath it to keep it from rocking. There we go. All right, so with that being said, go ahead and get all this stuff to go. This says this is actually from a wheel of Parmigiano Reggiano, the Baraboo, because it was expensive. This thing was like $8 at Aldi, which is blasphemy. Downright criminal if you ask me, but whatever. Oh, it smells wonderful. Ooh. Oh yeah, this is the real, like usually I get that little $2 $2.45 one that's in the white container. This, oh man, woo, that smells good. All right, I can't wait to get into that. Okay, so lemon. In fact, I'm gonna get some lemon zest too. So I'm going to use my grater for that. And, all right, let's get the chop it. I got my pan going. I always like go with my hand above it just to kind of make sure it don't get too hot before I add my fats. So I'm going to go ahead and I don't know if you guys can see it. I think you can see it on this side, right? Bingo. All right. And make sure you always try to keep the handle away. You never want to accidentally tip it over. But so I'm going to go ahead, hit up these green onions or scallions. Like I said, I am 100% going to be doing fresh herbs at all times. If I can, I'm going to put herbs in everything that I could possibly put herbs into. Seriously, I feel like it's one of those things that we really be sleeping on. Like, I remember I used to literally go to the store and get a thing of parsley. Like, you know, the parsley that be in the seasonings. Dude, you could just go ahead and buy some fresh parsley. Like, it's not that complicated. Just doing a rough chop, which is I'm just running my knife through it so I can spread this out. And that's it. That's done. So when we get that shrimp going, we can just put it in. And then, again, very thin if you can with the garlic, because we're going to mince this. And we want as thin shavings as we could possibly get it before we run it through. Again, you just basically gather into a little pile and just run your knife through it. I just put a couple of big ones and like a little small one. I'm trying to make sure that I balance flavors, right? I don't want anything to overpower anything per se. I want everything to be homeostasis. It's a fun term that I learned while TB was in the hospital, which is making sure that all of our body systems are in harmony. You know, it's balanced. So that way we can live. You know, not just survive, but live, right? All right. So, we got that going. And, now you could do the old school method. This is what I was taught in culinary school. You want to see it dance. So, right now, that is not hot enough. Even though it evaporated, on a non-stick pan, that would have been perfect to go. But the truth is, it's just not hot enough yet. You want your water to dance. So I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. While I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and finish my shrimp. Basically, you want everything to be clear enough, right? You want it clear. When it was murky, you know, that was you cleaning it. Now when you rinse it off, you keep rinsing so everything, the water runs clear. You should be clearly seeing that shrimp in there. Now, because I have cleaned the shrimp, I now have to dry the shrimp, because oil and water and butter really don't like each other like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get me a little bowl. There we go. Now you're probably asking, why is it a little pink? And that's because when you add acid to seafood, it does break the seafood down and it's kind of cooking it in a way. It's a cool chemical reaction that happens. So you want to make sure that you have it dry. And that's because now I'm going to take the opportunity to season, right? So, seems pretty hot. First thing I'm going to do is turn it down. First thing you want to do is turn it down. Then, let's do our water test. Ooh. I'll do it again in case you guys didn't see it, because TV distracted me. He's distracted me. Good? Okay. Try it one more time. So now we're just going to do the water dance. Ooh. Again. So whenever it's something like this, turn your heat back up. You want to get it to the point where that thing dances, and it will. Just have to be patient. Cooking is about patience and love. All right, but while we're doing that, let's go ahead and season this guy. So I'm going to do some extra virgin olive oil. See if you guys can see it. There you go. Extra virgin olive oil. Make sure it's in a dark bottle. All right, boom. Just a little bit goes a long way. We're going to make sure we do that light sea salt, right? That's it. Because we want to make sure we're monitoring our salt intake. See if you guys can see that. So that was salt and pep. All right. I'm going to add some Italian seasoning. And remember, you can add, you just can't subtract. So just be very mindful, right? This is not a lot of shrimp per se. This was minced onion, by the way. So now to give it that Old Bay look, I would presume, I'm going to add a little bit of chili powder. I would add paprika, but I'm going to try with the chili powder because I know chili adds heat. Then I'm going to add some oregano or oregano. And then to add a little bit more heat because you can't get enough of that, some crushed red pepper. A little bit of onion powder, very light because we put that minced onion in. And very light garlic powder. And what we're doing, what this is ultimately called, is you are layering your flavors. You're seasoning in layers. So that's it. We just want to get this all well coated. Another thing is I am not going to crowd the pan. I don't want to steam my shrimp. I want them all to kind of cook. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all seasoned up. Make sure each little piece is all coated in that olive oil and seasonings. Again, you use whatever seasonings work for you. If you like Old Bay, put the Old Bay on there. Just, you know, chill on your flick of the wrist. Like, you ain't got to, you know, you ain't got to put your back into it. Like, you know, just have it where you see the seasonings. It's all coated all over. And just trust that in each part of the dish, if you add a little seasoning to it, when you put it all together, it will be well seasoned. All right, so this is kind of what you want it to look like. It's pretty much well seasoned. You can go more if you want, but I'm okay right there. So let's try the dance one more time. And there you have it. That is the dance. Dancing around, dancing around, dancing around, dancing around. See that? So now we're going to clean the pan. Turn down our heat. And we're going to now add our little bit of extra virgin olive oil. A little bit of smoke there. That's perfectly fine. I don't want it smoky too much. I like to coat the pan too, so this is what I usually do. I just do a little coat, right? And I let my temperature go down just a tad. And sometimes even I'll do this. I'll take it off of the pan. Next thing I am going to do is cut into my butter. This is a nice healthy portion. This should be enough to saute all of the shrimp. If not, add more. Let me start off with a little bit. Knob. So that guy's going. That is so good. You can always add more. But let's go ahead, cook off the shrimp. All right. Again, I suggest don't overcrowd the pan. Let these guys hang out by themselves. So if you gotta do 2 batches, you gotta do 2 batches. That heat is low. There we go. Alright, so that's the first batch. Shrimp does not take that long, so you can always just check. Me, I'm going to just towel it up just a little bit, just a tiny bit, because I want to maintain the heat for my next batch. Another thing you don't want to do when you're putting shrimp in the oven, you don't want to overcook it. So like I said, these are going pretty good, and we're going to put it in underneath the broiler. And that's going to give it this nice color. And I put everything together. Alright, so that is done. Again, trust the process. That's good. Let's go ahead and do the next one. Now what's going to happen is when this cooks up, I'm now going to add that garlic. I'm going to add that parsley, some of that green onion. I'm going to add some fresh lemon zest. In fact, get all of it if you can. You want to take it down till you see the white meat. That's the white meat. That's called the pith. Okay? Keep going. Get the whole portion of it. This is going to bring it so together. Alright. I want you to see all of the lemon zest that's in there. There you go. Sometimes it likes to hide out, but you go in there, you get it. So because this touched the shrimp, this is gone. No worries, that's why I got it prepped. Okay. I'm going to add another knob of butter, right? So here's the pique de resistance. I'm going to add a little chicken stock. Just a little bit. This is going to make it saucy. I'm going to turn it up. Add a little bit more parsley. Like I said, you can put as much herbs as you want, to be honest with you. And I'm going to go ahead and add some lemon juice. I actually have a lemon zester Girls, I went to Home Goods. I said I'm done with the seeds being in there. So I'm going to go ahead and juice this guy. Let it catch all of that juice and none of the seeds. Look at that. That thing works. There you go. And a little bit of lemon juice. Boop. So now I'm going to bring this together. I'm going to stir inside the middle. I got my heat up. Because now I want this to kind of just do a slight simmer. And I'm going to go ahead and add the rest. Now this is a perfect time because now the shrimp is cooked. You can go ahead and do a slight taste test. It's fine. It's no longer raw. Right? I'm probably just going to wait a little bit until I see it starts to bubble. When it starts to bubble, then I'll go ahead, dip a spoon in, and taste. And like I said, you can hit the heat up just to get it quickly. So you seen it start to bubble? This is where you go in to taste. Just a little bit. You just want to see how the seasonings are. Oh, wow. Woo! Yeah, sorry, babe. You gotta let me do my thing. You gotta let me fly on this peacock. So I turned it off, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do two things. First thing I'm gonna do is grab, oh, here we go. Grab some panko. This is going to thicken the dish. This is just plain breadcrumbs, plain, no seasoning. That's going to thicken it. Then we're going to cheese it up. And then, it's all said and done, we're going to put it in the broiler. Now, this is a perfect opportunity for you to just keep going. Remember, you got this thing on hot. Put it back, and now we're going to heat up that hearts of palm. So same concept. Get her going. Now I'm going to crank this up a little bit higher because I have it on broil and it's going to be low. It's going to be a low broil. I'm going to start cleaning off my workstation. I already hear this guy going.
Sorry, making noise.
Sorry, making noise. Oh, that's just a little bit of water. It's fine. Check out my scampi. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Now what I am going to also put in is a little bit of sourdough bread slices, so that way you can have a little bit of sourdough while that comes together. Okay, so go ahead and add my olive oil. And I'm going to go ahead and add half of this knob of butter. Just half. There you go. Go ahead and turn her down. And so what I'm going to do is just chop up some fresh zucchini. This was leftover zucchini that I had from making his turkey sandwich. So I don't know if you guys seen that video, but I made him a bomb turkey sandwich. Like, that's that, you know, y'all had afternoon delight. Everything is copacetic. You chilling. You like, babe, make me a sandwich. That was one of them, y'all. Put in some fresh mini sweet pepper. These are just good. I feel like these are one of them things that just adds to the dish. And this is where it gets rustic. You're just adding stuff, y'all. That's it. Okay. A little bit of mush. Sounds good. We didn't even add any seasonings yet. And I'm going to add a couple of these flavor bombs. These are on the vine. So these are so darling. Now if you're like me, I can just put it in there and not feel no type of way. Again, I'm going to do some pepper. Now I'm going to keep it very simple. But remember, we got that scampi. We're going to be using some of that scampi. And I'm going to do a little bit of salt. And I'm going to go ahead and add in my heart of palm. Now this has liquid in it. I would recommend to drain it. Why? Because remember you got oil in this pan. And I just add the tomato in there because I just want them to burst. That's all. So I drain that guy. And checking on my scampi. Starting to brown. Veggies are starting to get color. You just want everything to come together at this point. And again, you add what you want to add. I'm not telling you to do it this way. You add what you want to add. Me, I'm going to add a smidge of broth, just a smidge. I'm going to add a smidge of vinegar, a smidge. Now I'm going to add the rest of that herbs. Get rid of these guys. I'm going to now check on that guy. And she looks good. So I'm going to take her out. I'm going to finish letting the sourdough do its thing. So you got that guy going. Remove the sourdough and put it on broil. Put it on high. Perfect. So because you got all of that going on with that scampi, that's why we're keeping this light. Do you see where I was going with it? If you heavily salt this or heavily season this and then you got that heavily seasoned, it is way too much going on. So I know it's like, come on, Too Fly, you could have added something to it. No, because you're going to watch how I put it together.
like it's something you would have put. It seemed good. It seemed like nothing you would need to put on there.
I know. I mean, well, like I said, you gotta figure out what it's gonna be. Is it gonna be, woo, these are nice and hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and, oh wow. Basically what I did, when you put it in there, they burst. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's burst now. Woo, hot. So it's now nice and soft. Put that in there. And what you do is, you smash it. That's all you're doing. You're just giving it a little bit of, taking some of that liquid out. This little guy didn't make it. Now what you're seeing is it's starting to steam. So we got some of that hot saute. And now we're going to have it steam. So I'm going to have him try a scampi. You want to try a scampi, babe? I'm also going to show you guys the toast as well. Here, babe. Yeah,
Good.
too gooey.
Real good.
Alright. She's good. She's alla fresca. Time to plate up. So, you got fresh toast.
4 of those.
No, you can't have 4 of these, baby. But what I will give you is of that room temperature butter. Go ahead and cut off that guy. And these are what you call like toast points. That's basically what these are. I'm going to show y'all what I mean by it. Cut these up into little squares. And my knife. Okay. And time to put on the plate. Don't want to overplate. I know it's tempting to, but go ahead and put, whew, just enough. This is still hot, so please be careful. And then we're going to go ahead, add that shrimp. I don't know if you guys can see the sauce. I know him. He's going to probably want a bunch of shrimp in the sauce. Move move this out the way. That's one. I'm going to go ahead and plate the last one. There's two ways you can plate this. You can do it on the side if you wanted to. Okay, so you're just going to add a little bit of that sauce. You getting it? Alright, let's see if I can get as much of this scampi sauce off for you. And you just can't never have too much scampi sauce, right?
At all.
I'm going to clean his plate. And what I mean is just to make it where it looks nice. Just a little bit more parm. A little Skadooski. If you want, you can add more herbs if you want it. If you said, hey, I want something a little bit more fresh. Oops. So you just want a little, just be a little fresh, that's all. So that's just to add a little green to it. And now for the toast points. Me, I probably just ladle it on like this. So you add them how you want to add them. I know he wants a bunch, so I won't even play him like that. But there you have it. You made a mess, but at the end of the day, it looks fantastic. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I wanted to go out to a restaurant so bad, and I said I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm going to literally go home and make something nice and special. We had some great news today, so maybe I'll tell you guys in another video what that was. But if you guys like content like this, let me know. I will for sure hook you up. You ain't got to worry. And also let me know what you guys do to cook healthy, or if you had someone that was someone that had a stroke, and what you guys did to help them overcome it. All right. I hope you guys like it, and let me know in the comments either way. Bye.